Evet, burada mesela.
But I believe fundamentally it is over. My name is Dr. Michael Yeadon. My specific focus has been inflammation, immunology. I would say I'm a kind of a deeply experienced inflammation, immunology, pulmonology kind of research person. SAGE has got several fundamental things wrong. Not only has had horrible economic effects, but has had continuing medical effects in that people are no longer being treated properly. At this time of year, about 1 in 30 people have a cold caused by one of these coronaviruses. So people exposed to having had a cold caused by one of these coronaviruses, they're now immune to SARS-CoV-2. So 30% of the population was protected before we start. And they carefully picked out residents that never were PCR positive. These were people who never got infected. And they found that 65% of them had antibodies to the virus and they never got infected. So why aren't the media telling us that the pandemic is over? It's not over because SAGE says it's not. There is a test that's performed. People have their noses and tonsils swabbed, and then a test called a PCR test is performed on that. And what they're looking for isn't the virus. What they're looking for is a small piece of genetic sequence. It's called RNA. And why are we using this test that cannot distinguish between active infection and people who've conquered the virus? This test has never been used in this way, and I've worked in this field. It's not a suitable technique. It produces positives even when there's no virus there at all. We call that a false positive. You might think that in terms of numbers of deaths, excess deaths, that COVID has produced such a large number that this will be an awful year for excess deaths, but surprisingly not. 2020 is lining up to be about 8th in a list since 1993. Their work is so badly and obviously flawed, lethally incompetent. They should be fired immediately. Lots of innocent people, their lives from non-COVID causes. I think we're right at the edge of the precipice, and I really hope that we can